Welcome to Chaotically Nerdy, a podcast made by nerds for nerds. This podcast is made by adults, for adults, and for children with bad parents. Adult language will be used, and adult situations may arise. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chaotically Nerdy. On today's episode, me and Jarrett will discuss our top 10 movies of the year, and Ethan will discuss his top
whatever.
5, 6?
4 or 5. I'm still deciding.
I fucking hate you.
I've only watched 5. Well, sort of 5. I was late to recording today because I fell asleep.
4 and a half.
Watching one of these.
So something that we're going to do is we're all going to mention, like we're going to start at 1, and we're all going to mention which is our favorite movie of 2022. And then we will discuss, and we can see if somebody has that on their list or not. And we're going to go down the list. So, Ethan, why don't you start us off? What was your favorite movie of the year?
Well, this is weird. I'm really not a fan, and everyone knows this. Batman.
Oh, interesting.
I really didn't think Shovelface would do a good job.
It's on my list.
Want to put it?
I assume it's on your list too.
It's my recommendation. I got him to watch.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
true. It's true. I was really down after Ben Affleck. I was really sad about Batman after Ben Affleck because Ben Affleck is terrible. But Robert Pattinson did a good job.
Yeah, it was a solid job.
The movie felt really nice because it was like a detective movie, like you said. Like you told me it was, and you were right. And it was good.
Jarrett, what's yours?
Probably something that I don't know if you think I would have put in my top movie, Top Gun Maverick.
I honestly figured you would have put that in.
It's easily the best movie of the year. It's not been a strong year for movies.
It's not been a strong year for movies. It's the best live action movie.
Yeah.
I
It
will say
has
that.
no right being as good as it is, but it is. It is that enjoyable to watch Tom Cruise fly around.
There's no
fighter
bull.
jets.
So it's my number 2. Ethan, is it in yours, or have you even
Yeah,
watched it?
yeah, I know it is.
What number is it on yours?
4.
4. Okay, so it's pretty low for you.
No, it's not.
You have 5.
I watched 5.
Exactly. So
4
it's
of them I
low.
liked.
It's still like one of the worst in your.
No.
Yes.
No, it's
Yes.
not.
Yes,
So
it is.
no, we'll get to it later.
So mine is Jujutsu Kaisen 0. I watched that this year. I loved it because I love Jujutsu Kaisen, and it was just more of it. And it was interesting to see. I think they're second-year students in the show, but you see them as, I think, first years. There's kind of like in between. Whenever like Itadori and everybody else shows up to be students, so it's before them. It's a good little backstory.
I was gonna watch this today before I came in.
But you fell
I
asleep.
fell asleep.
So my number 2 is Top Gun Maverick. Like Jared said, it's just really fun. Yep. It's a fun movie. It had no reason to be good, but because it's just so, there's no nonsense in it.
Oh, it's like just the action is like so like tense and through. Like when they're flying the jets, like you are like tense.
Yes,
because you're like something's gonna fucking happen. They're gonna die.
Yeah, they're gonna die. Jarrett, what's your number 2? I'm going
The Batman.
The Batman. Interesting.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this movie. It's given me the smallest
Hope.
infinitesimal spark of hope in the DC universe.
Gotcha. And then Ethan, number 2.
My 2 is Black Panther. For one very specific reason, because we were on such a downhill run for Marvel.
You went and seen this in theaters?
Yes. You didn't know that?
I feel like you never told me.
I didn't know that
That's
either.
why I never brought it up, because I was like, he won't see it.
Yeah.
I went and watched it, yeah.
Well, I figured if Tyler wasn't watching it, you weren't going to watch it until it come on Disney Plus.
Because
No, I
I
went and watched this.
have not watched it yet.
Okay.
It's in my honorable mentions because I've heard good things about
I went
it.
on Saturday after work, and it was good.
It's a really good movie. It deals with, it's like really like grief is like the prominent theme of the movie. Like Angela Bassett's like so fucking like good in this movie. So good.
I feel like Marvel was on such a downhill run, And it feels like it could be a turning point because so much before this was disappointing in the movies that, I don't know, it felt like it was not in a good place, and it could be after this. There's a lot of directions it could go after this, and they brought in some ideas that give a little bit more hype to the universe.
Gotcha. Jarrett, what's your number 3?
Black Panther.
Black Panther. Interesting. Mine's not on that list because I haven't watched it.
It's really good. I really like the guy they got to play Namor.
Mm-hmm.
He's really good. He's like an interesting villain for this movie.
Gotcha. Ethan, number 3.
Number 3,
Yeah.
you're going to make fun of me.
Who?
Because I watched the show like throughout when it was coming out, and I really loved the show. It's a nice period piece.
What came out? Downton Abbey.
Downton
Yeah,
Abbey.
I was like,
okay.
I was like, what show had a movie
Maggie
that came out?
Smith
This year?
is fantastic.
I have not watched it.
No.
The
my
whole
co-
cast is. It's not your cup of tea because it's a period piece.
Yeah.
It's about a specific time period.
Yeah.
It's about the challenges of an aristocratic family in England having to come down from being so prominent and effectual in their environment to being a little bit of an outdated thing.
Gotcha.
And they're having to deal with that, but they're still rich. But so it's not really that hard. But I mean, it's still about the challenges of them having to survive.
Yeah. My number 3 is Hustle. The Netflix documentary. It's not really a documentary,
Not
but
a documentary at all.
it feels like a documentary when you watch it. The Adam Sandler movie.
It's really
It's
good.
on my honorable mentions. So
Oh.
yeah,
I really like. I mean, I love basketball.
I haven't
so-
watched it, so I can't really put it in my list.
Gotcha. I was like, how the fuck is that on your, like, it's a sports movie that has, I'm like,
There's
Ethan's
good
not,
sports movies out there.
One of the best Adam Sandler movies that have come out in years.
Uncut Gems, which came out in 2019, was also really good.
Was it?
Also,
That's one that I have
sports
not watched.
adjacent.
Is it?
Talking about somebody that aged like a fine wine with his acting, he's gotten so much better.
Yeah.
When he's not doing comedy,
He's really
he's really good. I mean, I say like comedy is like a movie, not like he can, like, not comedy like in a movie.
he's really good at expressing.
When he's not doing a
emotion.
comedy specific movie.
It actually turns you around from thinking, oh, he's just this weird.
Well, he's like also
Guy
publicly
to-
said like he only does comedies now just to basically finance vacations for his friends, essentially.
Grown ups.
Yeah, grown ups.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
I like Grown Ups.
I did not. I did not
I love Grown Ups.
at all. It was awful.
But yeah, that's essentially what he does.
Ethan, what's your number 4?
Number 4 is Top Gun.
Obviously, we
it's
know
Top
that.
Gun.
We
Oh,
already
yeah,
know.
you
already
already
talked
told me
about
that.
it.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
It's only number 4 because I think Black Panther was more important. Batman was probably a little bit better in all actuality, and Downton Abbey is because I followed it so closely.
Gotcha.
Top Gun just falls right behind those, barely.
Yeah.
The only reason I have it my Top Gun is my number 1 movie is just because I've watched it 3 times this year.
It's a
Because
good
it's a movie like I'm like I don't have anything to do on a Saturday afternoon. Fuck it, let's watch Top Gun.
it has to
Solid.
fall right behind it for me because though it is a good movie, it's just another Tom Cruise action movie.
Yeah,
but
understand.
it's a really good version of one. It's really good.
Jarrett, what's your number 4?
Prey. If you don't know, it's like it's set in the
It's like an old Indian predator movie. Or Native American.
I'm gonna say it's like early 1700s. Yeah, that sounds about right. And yeah, Native American predator movie, like this, like old, like they're not fancy predators. They don't have like the technology.
Oh, so even
Yeah.
the predators are older.
They still has like some technology, but it's not like the future, like like laser guided sight shit. It's like
I've heard good things about it. I just haven't watched it.
it's oh my god, it's fucking brutal.
My number 4 is The Batman. It made all of our top 5s.
Because it's a good movie.
It is a good movie. And it is a different tone for like the DC movies. It felt like they were always trying to copy Marvel, where they try to have that like little bit of comedy in there, and it just never really worked out. This was
That's never where DC excelled, was in
exactly.
that area.
Yeah, it was never comedy. It's always been seriousness.
The drama.
Yep. And that's what they need to focus on. So,
Agreed.
Jarrett, what's your number 5?
Thor: Love and Thunder.
That is also my number 5.
I'm not. It's a good time. I don't take it too seriously. I'm like, yeah, you know what?
If you
the
go
jokes-
into it thinking it's just a comedy,
Yeah.
it's not a bad movie.
I
was
didn't.
down
I have
for
watched this movie. I didn't include it on my have watched list because I don't really consider it a movie. It's more like a crumpled up piece of paper that I stepped on.
I can understand people's arguments against, like, it has a lot of jokes that don't land for them.
Yeah.
And they don't like the...
How could this be in your top 5?
There's not that many movies that came out this year.
That's
Fair.
true.
Fair.
I don't love it, but I had a good time when I watched it.
Yeah. I had a good time when I watched it too.
But I'm also not hard to please when it comes to watching a movie.
Same.
fair. That's
I go in with such low expectations for most things that I come out usually pretty happy. What's your final pick?
Just because it's I guess it would have to be, if I was going to pick one that I've watched all the way through without falling asleep, it would be Love and Thunder. But I would still put The Northman above it, and I fell asleep because it was so slow.
It happens.
Yeah.
It's
And
the-
I don't want to talk crap on Love and Thunder because it's in his favorites. So
You can talk shit on it all
Yeah,
you
you
want.
can talk shit all
It-
night.
the acting
did
is
you-
terrible. The script is really bad.
You
It's
didn't hear
really
me.
terrible. It's just really, really, really bad.
You
I don't
didn't
know.
hear me.
I have less respect for you now, Jared.
Again, you have not heard.
Yeah.
I said mine was number 5 as well.
For what?
Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, but we haven't got there yet. I was going to
Yes, we
attack
have.
you afterwards.
Yeah, it's his turn.
We were literally. He said it, and I said, "Oh, that's my number 5
My brain
too."
shut off because I couldn't understand why somebody would
He
have
went red with rage. He was like,
I forget that you guys have 10 and I only have 5.
yeah, we have to fill our lists out a little bit more.
Yeah. So I understand that. I understand that. I'm upset.
You could be upset, and I'm going to upset you with number 6. I'll go first.
Go ahead.
It's Doctor Strange, Multiverse Madness.
No, he likes it.
Oh, no. I actually kind of enjoyed that. It's just not on my list because it was not good.
What's your number 6, Jared?
Bullet Train.
Bullet Train. I feel like I've seen the trailer for that, but I haven't
It's
watched
a
it.
really interesting movie. It's Brad Pitt. He's stuck on a bullet train in Japan.
Solid. That is a great
he's all right in
description.
it. He's all right in it. There are people trying to kill him. He's all right in it.
I figured.
The two standout characters are Aaron Taylor Johnston and
That's where I've seen him with the
Brian
mustache on
David
it.
Henry. They play partner assassins. They're fucking hilarious.
That's why I've seen it, because I've seen Aaron Taylor Johnson jump onto it.
And it's got a lot of good action in it. If you like it, if you like that.
I'll probably have to watch it. What's your 7?
Oh, I forget Ethan's not going. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
he
waiting for
can't
Ethan.
go.
I'm like,
I mean, I can go. I did watch those 2 movies. So I would definitely put after The Northman, I would put Doctor Strange.
Okay.
I have problems with it, but I still think it was a decent movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's really all I can say about it. I mean, it was a lot of fun seeing the action that they did, but some of the CGI was a little bit rough
yeah.
and disrespectful.
Disrespectful. And then 7, was it Bullet Train for you?
No, I haven't watched it.
you said you've seen
I
both
know.
those movies.
No. I mean,
I think he meant.
Love and Thunder is definitely
yeah.
last. Whatever happens, whatever other movies I watch from this year, Love and Thunder is the last because it wasn't just disappointing. It was
Well, it wouldn't count for this year, but all right.
no, I mean last year. Yeah, for the year we're talking about. For
Don't be an ass.
2022,
Don't be an ass.
it's going to be last no matter what happens.
All right. What's your 7?
The Northman.
The Northman. Okay.
It's just it's really slow. It's super slow. I pretty much just watched it for like Nicole Kidman, Anna Taylor-Joy, and Alexander Skarsgård
Gotcha.
because they're like the 3 main stars of the movie.
The acting was good.
It's good acting. It's just like
The story is not riveting.
Yeah.
it's kind of a slog to get through a little bit.
Mine was Black Adam.
Fair.
I liked it. It nothing to write home about.
It's an honorable mention for me.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna be like,
it's-
"Oh, this is a great movie."
I watched 30 minutes of it.
I feel like the first 30 minutes is pretty damn slow, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why I stopped watching it.
It does pick up.
Yeah, you didn't get to see
eventually.
their DC's Black Panther.
Oh no.
He's-
That's Hawkman.
I know.
Totally. That's totally the
I-
vibe they went for.
I also have a problem with that. Dr. Fate
Mm-hmm.
sacrificing himself for the guy that reincarnates. Because Hawkman reincarnates whenever he dies.
Yeah, although I don't know if they like touched on that in the movie, did they? I don't know.
No, they didn't. But
so they might not. It's kind of implied though, because fucking Dr. Fate's like 95 years old.
Yeah.
That Hawkman had reincarnated at some point.
Yeah. Because he's like 30.
Yeah.
That's the look on Ethan's face.
The Hawkman is the best part of the movie.
I bet he is.
Yeah, it's not
His and Black Adam's like interactions.
Yeah.
Are the best. They're very opposite people. Number 8 for me, Uncharted. I don't even know if that actually came out in 2020. Did it come out in 2020? Okay.
Like 90% sure.
I think so. I hope so. But yeah,
We'll count it.
We'll count it. I watched it in 2022. I know that much.
We'll count it.
I liked it.
It'll work. Can we count that?
If he's already got on his list, we'll count it.
I've watched it.
Okay.
So my number 8 is now Love and Thunder.
I don't even think you're at 8. I think you're at like 7.
I think it's 7, but
It's still
are you counting the 30
Just
minutes?
put Love and Thunder at 10 and say fuck it. You
Yeah.
don't care about any other movies. It's,
or is Black Adam 7 the 30 minutes of Black Adam?
I haven't watched enough of it to know.
I was just wondering.
I figured-
That would have got him to 8.
I honestly figured he would have put Black Adam on there, even though he only watched 30 minutes. He put The
My-
Northman on there and he fell asleep.
Well, I watched like an hour of it.
My number 8 is Glass Onion.
It's on my honorable mentions for
It's
haven't watched.
just-
I've heard it's really good.
It's a good movie. It's a good, kind of an interesting whodunit. I don't know. It just wasn't quite as good as the first one to me. As
Gotcha.
Knives Out.
I haven't watched either one.
But I wanted to like it more than I did, but I was like, it was fine.
And this is where, for number 9, I start like scratching the bottom of the barrel for movies that I watched. What's your number 9, Jared?
Hustle.
Okay, that's a good movie.
I technically cheated and watched it in 2023, but fuck it.
It's still a 2022 movie.
Yep.
We're talking about favorite movies of 2022.
It was fine.
Mine is The Adam Project.
I've thought about it. I never wanted to
So
watch it,
it is with Ryan Reynolds.
Yep. And Walker Scobell.
Sure.
It's the kid.
Okay. He time travels basically, and time travels back to whenever he's a kid, and like has to deal with the kid while not trying to give away that he's him. The kid figures it out anyway because it's super easy, and they have to like fight.
I didn't even realize that plot point because the trailer literally like has like 89% of the trailer is him making jokes about that. Like,
Yeah.
this is me in the future.
Yeah,
What a
because-
piece of shit.
Like whenever they first meet, he kind of like tries not to tell him, and then like 30 seconds after that, he, like the kid will go to do something. He's like, "Don't go grab the bat behind there," and the kid's like, "How the fuck did you know that was there?" And then it like devolves
You're
into
like,
that.
duh.
Last, what's your number 10?
The Menu.
What the fuck is that about?
Nicholas Hoult, Anna Taylor-Joy, and
Oh, that's
Ray Fiennes. It's about this Nicholas Hoult plays a food reviewer, and Ray Fiennes plays a chef, and they go to like he's like a super exclusive like super chef or something, and it's literally just like this tense black comedy about critics against art,
Gotcha.
and everybody dies except Anna Taylor-Joy.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
My number 10 is Dog, which is the Channing Tatum movie that I believe is based off a true story, where he has to take his friend's military dog to basically go get put down because it has so much PTSD that it can't be reintegrated into real life. They form a connection, and he keeps the dog. It's a sweet movie. We watched it because Sam likes Channing Tatum. And she thought he would be shirtless in it, so it was on the show.
Yeah, can't blame her.
And then for my honorable mentions, I'm going to name all 4 of these because these are 4 that I have not watched in 2022. The Northman, Avatar, because it did come out right at the end of
Oh yeah, I did.
2022.
Yeah, I didn't put it on there because fuck Avatar.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say Avatar without people thinking The Last Airbender. So
Yeah. Or sidetrack. Have you heard about what he's wanting to do with the third movie?
yeah, the fire
Yeah.
Navi, the fucking
And we're like, hang on, we're one fucking element away
Yeah.
from goddamn
Yeah.
Avatar, you son of a bitch.
episode 4. The 4th Avatar is going to be Earth. Bitch.
Fucking, it's bullshit.
Glass Onion
Yep.
and Black Panther. Those are in no order because I just haven't watched them. I've heard they're all good movies. I just haven't watched. And then for my honorable mention that I have watched, Sonic the Hedgehog, because the second one, loved it. He goes fucking Super Saiyan, which is awesome to me, and which it's also a canon thing.
Yeah, he goes Gold Sonic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
forget how he does it. It's like something to do with like rings or something. I don't know.
he collects like all the power gems.
Yeah.
And then Morbius. Yep, it's on my honorable mentions. I enjoyed it.
Unironically,
Unironically,
you're the problem. It's you. You are the problem.
listen.
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh.
I refuse.
It's not that bad.
I refuse.
It's shitty.
I refuse to watch any Sony Spider-Man project at all.
Fair enough. It's shitty, but I have seen much worse movies.
Oh, I'm sure. I was just like I've heard it's like
I watched.
awful.
If I can sit through Lucy, I can sit through Morbius. Jarrett, do you have any honorable mentions?
So two of them we already mentioned, Black Adam and Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah.
Black Adam, like I said, it's a meh movie. I wouldn't recommend if you like DC, watch it. I guess.
Yeah,
guess.
Jamie loved it, but I think he loved it solely for the fact that Henry Cavill showed up at the end of Superman.
That was neat. Kind of ruined by the fact that he's no longer Superman, but it's
fucking waste of time.
it was neat. And Doctor Strange 2, much like Ethan, I have problems with the movie. I don't really like it. But I'm also not like a Sam Raimi guy in general, so
Fair.
I didn't really expect to like love Sam
it.
Raimi parts.
Yeah.
And Amsterdam, which is John David Washington, Margot Robbie, and Christian Bale, and Rami Malek.
Gotcha.
It takes place. It's actually based on a true story of what was they like super rich elite in in America trying to overthrow the government by electing a general from veterans from World War I.
Interesting.
It's slow. It's just kind of quirky. It's just I watch it pretty much just for like Christian Bale doing like a weird character thing. I was like, hey, I'll watch Christian Bale about anything.
Ethan, do you have any honorable mentions?
No, I have one, but we already mentioned it. So.
Well, go ahead and mention it. And,
Well, Bullet Train
yeah.
was really up there. I wanted to watch it. I guess I'll have to put in JJK.
Yeah.
Because I haven't got to watch it. I was planning on watching it this morning, but I didn't get to it.
Because you fell asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch that at some point too.
Yeah.
Probably before season
It is
2 comes
on
out.
Crunchyroll now, so you can watch it at any point.
They both
if you
look
have a
really good.
Crunchyroll.
There's probably a couple others that look okay, but I probably never watched it.
Overall, it was not the strongest year for movies.
No, it really
Past
wasn't.
3 years have not been good on.
It's
the
been
movie
more
side.
of like a TV.
TV shows was fucking loaded to
Yep.
me at least this year.
And so, with that, we're going to jump into our top 10 TV shows. Let's start off with Ethan because he hasn't talked in like 30 minutes.
Okay.
He just chirps in here every
My
once in a
top
while.
one?
Yeah.
Top one. It's definitely going to be Rings of Power.
I knew he's.
I knew that
Obviously.
was going to be his
I
number
mean,
one.
it's just so well done. The acting's good. The cast is good.
It's on my list.
It's really
It's on
good.
my list too.
Nowhere near the top.
I just really
I like
it.
the show. I just had a lot of other shows I like better. Like
There was, this
enjoyed
was a
more.
close
Same.
race in the top,
Yeah.
like, 5.
This is what I'm saying. Like this year, it's
top 4.
stacked. It's like super fucking
yeah.
like. There's a lot of high quality shit.
I
out there.
didn't watch Westworld.
I haven't either.
Are we
I
including
had-
that?
Yeah, it came out this year.
I counted like certain seasons that came out.
Yeah, season
Okay.
4 came out this year.
All right. Well,
It
I
was-
didn't watch it. There's a couple other shows I didn't watch that I really want to get to, but I
Have you watched
can't
any
have
of Westworld?
I have not.
I have not either.
Okay.
I have not.
Jarrett, number one.
Hot D.
Hot D.
I
I
love
kind of guessed that was going to be your number
I
one.
love the show. It like much like the Batman did on the movie side.
It like gave you some faith.
Oh, I was like, there's life. There's light at the end of this tunnel. Like,
Yep.
we can get an actual good thing out of this universe again.
Yep. Again, on my list, not my number one though. My number one is Demon Slayer
Yeah.
season 2.
I knew you was gonna be some anime bullshit.
I don't know why they were my favorite this year, but just anime is at the top of my list for me this
Because
year.
you're a fucking weeb.
I'm not near as bad as Jamie.
You're Colonel Weebo.
Or we have somebody else in our Discord who is working on a full anime sleeve tattoo.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I work with him. His name is on Discord is Sam Jack Blast, but yeah, he listens From what he tells me, I don't know if he actually does.
I mean, Ashley said she listens too, but she's behind.
Yeah. And I think she's caught up now, though.
Yeah.
Is she?
Yeah, she said she was catching up, and I think she is caught up because our numbers have had that drastic, like, one person has watched like 10
Just
episodes.
know, Ashley, we
She
have.
found out that we had
Sorry,
made
sorry.
comment about it before, and she was not happy.
I'm gonna make another comment.
I know. I just
Ashley,
did.
we make sure we're watching you. We're keeping our eye.
We make these comments to see if she comments back about us.
It happens all the time. It'll be like, I forget what one was. It's on a D&D episode. And it was like 3 months after we recorded, and she messaged me, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because we cranked out the D&D episodes, so it was a while before they come out. My number 2 is Hot D.
Yeah.
Jarrett, what's yours?
Andor.
Andor.
I
Okay.
love this show. It is so good. It's
That
so,
is in my...
it would be number 1 if the first 3 episodes weren't so fucking slow.
We're twinsies.
Yeah.
Oh, Andor is
that's-
my second.
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah.
If it wasn't so slow, it would have beat Hot D.
Gotcha.
Because the last 12 episodes, when there 9 episodes are like
Yeah.
some of the best television I've seen in like years.
It ramps up, and when it ramps up good.
Gotcha. That's in my honorable mentions for haven't watched because I just haven't watched it yet. So that was your number 2 as well, right?
Yeah.
So
I would like to mention Skarsgård. So good in Andor.
So fucking good.
So good in Andor.
Jarrett, take us into your number 3.
Winning Time.
Winning what?
It's the Laker. It's the HBO Lakers show.
HBO Lakers show. Got it. Have not seen it.
From what I can tell, pretty accurate to what happened in real life. Probably a little bit exaggerated. John C. Reilly is fucking amazing in it. Jason Clarke is amazing.
Gotcha.
They play Jerry Buss and Jerry West. They are fucking hilarious.
That probably only matters to me and you. He doesn't
Yeah.
give a shit.
Unintentionally. They are unintentionally just fucking hilarious.
That's great.
It's so good.
Ethan, what's your number 3?
What did I say was my number 1?
Rings of
Ring
Power.
of Power.
I meant to put Hot D at my number 1 because it's on here as my number 1.
So Hot
Rings
D's
of
your
Power
number
is my
1.
number 3.
So
That's
you flip flopping them.
interesting.
No. I had it written down.
Okay.
I see. I thought it was odd because I remember you saying you liked
Hot D better.
Better.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
like
so
Hot
I was,
D
so
better.
I was
Okay.
surprised whenever you had it number
No.
1.
Yeah.
No, generally speaking, I have to say Hot D is so much better. But Rings of Power, I know it's a bit controversial for some people, but I just think it was really good because I like the world that it's in. I'm really invested in the world that it's in. I think they did a good job of sticking to it,
Yeah.
which was surprising, to be honest.
So Rings of Power is your number 3, and Hot D's your number 1.
Yes,
Got
Hot D is my number 1.
The Boys season 3 is my number 3. I loved it. I mean, we've talked about it before on many different episodes. So my number 4 is Vox Machina. It's animated. I can't wait for the second season to come out here in like
2 weeks.
2 weeks, a week, something like that.
It's 2 weeks.
It's the 20th.
Or
So
yeah,
10 days.
a week and a half.
10 days. Whenever that first episode comes out. Ethan.
First 3.
Oh, are they doing 3 at a time?
3 back.
Good.
Yeah.
4, Moon Knight.
Ah,
I really liked Moon Knight. I thought it was really good. I didn't think I was going to like it for a lot of reasons, but I actually really did like it. I thought the story was really good and it was really different than anything that we had come in contact with any superheroes or anti-heroes so far.
yeah.
Yeah.
Never finished it.
Really?
Really?
I got to wherever he wakes up in Egypt.
That's like episode 2.
Yeah. And I watched the first episode. It didn't grab me. I was like, eh.
Oh. It's pretty good. What's your number 4?
Euphoria season 2.
Okay.
For them Gen Z listeners. It's Zendaya is like fucking just phenomenal. Like it's one of the most like interesting performances about addiction I've ever seen.
Porn
performances.
Performances.
That's not incorrect.
All I've heard about the show is that there's just people fucking nonstop. So
Yeah, not really her, but like most everybody else in the cast is fucking nonstop.
yeah.
But like her portrayal of a teenage girl with addiction issues is like really
Good.
good and interesting, and it's like, damn.
All right. So take us into number 5, Jarrett.
Legends of Vox Machina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Legend of Vox Machina.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Mine was
All in
Moon
our-
Knight.
all in our-
Really?
Yeah.
We're all like very close.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
A lot closer.
We're a lot closer on the TV shows than we are everything else. Besides Jarrett watching some fucking weird shows.
I watch HBO shows.
I think the
They put
latter
up
half
quality
of
content.
I think the latter half of our TV shows is going to diverge.
Oh,
a lot.
absolutely.
I'm sure.
Speaking of that, Ethan, take us into your number 6.
Number 6 is going to be Tales of the Jedi.
Okay.
I really like what they did with it. I think the animation worked well, and it was stories that I wanted to see. It was stories about Count Dooku and
Ahsoka.
Gotcha.
And I know I don't generally like Ahsoka, but that's from Clone Wars. I don't like Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Everything else I've seen with Ahsoka, I've liked her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That last episode is like, hits.
have you not watched it?
Fucking good.
No, I'm
You
not.
should. You should.
Yeah, like I said, it'll
it's not.
take
It's
you-
easy. It's
it-
short.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll take you
and-
about an hour to watch all 6 episodes.
I know you
if
don't
that.
have the attention span, but it's it's accessible.
What's funny about that is I can sit down and watch like hour-long YouTube videos and have no problem.
I think you have an issue you need to work out.
No, it's something about stories. Like whenever it's a story-based thing, I don't care
If he
for
has
it.
to pay attention. Yeah. If
Kind
you have to focus on a story,
Kind
your
of.
brain just like goes,
Well, because like I can sit down and I watch people golf, and I can sit down and watch them play like an 18-hole match between each other, where I'm watching 6 people
but
hit a
you'll be
golf
doing
ball
something else.
each time.
You'll be doing something else simultaneously, probably. Like, No?
I can just sit there and watch it, and I don't understand it.
because I do the same thing where I'll watch a YouTube video and
I will
do other
sometimes.
things,
Like
same thing.
there are times where I will watch it and do something else, but I can also just sit there and watch it and be like, okay, that was a really good shot. I guess that's probably like an analytical thing for me with the sport.
About to say, out of all sports, I could watch golf more than most of them.
My number 6, to get back on track, is Peacemaker. John Cena was fucking hilarious in it. And
He's really funny in it.
yeah, it's a pretty good show. What's your number 6, Jarrett?
I'm cheating. Not
Is
really.
that an actual show or?
No. I'm putting Young Justice Season 4 on here. I really like it. Half of it came out in 2021 and half of it came out in 2022.
Gotcha. The stuff that I put some of those in my honorable mentions that like kind of mixed.
But it was, for what will probably be the last season of Young Justice, I was much more happy about it than the actual
Rest of it?
Yeah. Well, than the rest of the first time it got canceled.
All right. And I'm going to say my number 7 to piss you guys off. It is Bluey season 3.
I understand it.
I have a kid. I have watched that season so many fucking times.
I've heard nothing but good things about Bluey.
It's so good. It's a show for parents that is targeted at kids. Like when you watch it, you learn a lot of stuff about like what you should be doing. Also, I don't understand how the fucking parents do it. Like on Bluey, because they're always involved in those kids. Like they're playing with them. The imagination that they use is just top tier. Like they go along with the kids. There's one episode that is my favorite episode. It's called Unicourse. You should go watch it. They're like 7-minute episodes. Bluey, the kid, can't sleep. Comes down and like tells her mom, like, hey, I can't sleep. And she's like, oh, I'll read you a bedtime story. Come on. They sit down. The dad gets behind the couch and he puts on this unicorn like sock puppet. It's called Unicourse because he's a unicorn horse. Obviously. That's what a unicorn is.
Yeah, that's what's confusing.
But they call him Unicourse. And the dad is so fucking annoying in it that I literally look at Sam whenever we watch it and I'm like, I cannot wait until she is big enough to want that. Because you're going to hate me. And there's one line that cracks me up and I will laugh out loud every single time it is said. And they're like, oh, maybe you're just hungry, Unicourse. What's your favorite meal? And the dad smacks Bluey in the face with the unicorn and he goes, children. And then he goes, nah, I'm just kidding. It's chicken bucket. And I fucking love it.
I feel like we're going to learn like a study in like 30 years about Stella's generation of like how Bluey fucked them up or something.
Oh, yeah, probably. Probably.
When all of them go to therapy, they'll be like, yeah, and they're like, oh, did you watch Bluey as a child? Yeah. Oh, that explains it.
Yeah.
So we had weird crap that we watched
Yeah,
when
we
we were.
did.
Yeah.
Fucking Teletubbies.
And it probably was not good.
You know that's back out. There's a new Teletubbies.
Oh no!
It's dog shit.
Speaking of my number 7.
Okay. Speaking of your number 7,
The Bear.
the bear.
The Bear.
Oh, yeah.
Jeremy Allen White, who plays a chef.
You and your fucking chefs.
I like watching people cook.
Gotcha. Have you ever watched Food Wars?
No,
Okay.
I thought about it, but it's just. It's
I
like,
have a cooking show on mine too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we know you're.
British cooking bake off.
yeah, have you ever watched it?
No.
You like cooking shows? You should watch it.
I like dramatic, like fictional dramatic. I don't like the real like stress of it.
Like that movie with the
Get stressed out. They're not gonna finish it.
where the Indian guy's trying to get the Michelin star. If you watch that, you should watch it. I don't remember what the name of it. I have to look it up, but it's really good. If you like dramatic cooking,
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's just it was really good. I've followed Jeremy Allen White from Shameless.
Gotcha.
Watched Shameless for years, and he's just really good as this piece of shit chef.
Ethan, what's your number 8?
8?
Yeah.
I thought we were doing 7.
No, we were on 7.
It is 7. Sorry. I looked at my number 8 and it threw me off. What's your number 7?
Demon Slayer.
Okay.
He's there. I had to count.
I had to put it up a little bit higher than I normally would in anime because you guys had me watch it, and it actually got me kind of back into
Back into anime?
animated stuff.
Yeah.
So. And it's good. It's really enjoyable.
The animation of it
good.
is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, it's not crappy like most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that. Although I'll agree with that to a point. The animation styles in shows have drastically become better, like in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think that's because of Mappa in general. Like they push the
Mappa and Wit are the two.
Like they push the edge.
Yeah.
To like everybody step your fucking shit up.
Mappa and Wit are the two studios that when I see them come up at the start of an anime, I'm like, this is gonna look good.
I mean, like the 3 major ones I can think of would be Demon Slayer. Just looks great.
Yes, phenomenal.
Attack on Titan looks good.
Yes,
And so does JJK.
yes.
Yep.
They all look fantastic.
All 3 of those are
Newer.
no.
No.
Demon Slayer's Wit. No. Yes.
I think Demon Slayer is Wit.
Yeah. And then I know
And
the 2 I knew are
I
Mappa,
think
aren't they?
no. Attack on Titan switched.
They
Like
switched,
this
that's
last
right.
season, which has been 3 parts.
Season 3 was Mappa.
Yes, I think season 1, 2, and 3 were Mappa, and I think season 4 was where they switched to Wit, or vice versa. I can't remember which one switched to which.
I know JJK is Mappa.
Yes, it is. Now, Ethan, number 8, since you finished this off with 7.
It's a show I picked up recently, but I just finished. The Crown, season 5 came out. It progresses through time because it starts at the beginning of Queen Elizabeth's reign,
Yeah,
and
in
it
the
goes
50s.
till present day.
In the 50s?
Not yet present day, but it's going to go.
I know. It started in the 50s, though, right?
Yes, I think so. 40s or 50s.
yeah, something like that.
Late 40s or 50s, something like that. But no, it's really well done. The actors are really great, but they change them out over time because they age.
like every season or every other season.
Every other season,
Yeah.
they've changed them out. And the current season has
Umbridge
Umbridge,
as the queen and
as the queen.
who's Tobias Menzies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't watched the show.
The
I just
acting's really
know.
good. I don't know why they picked him to play Charles.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't look anything like Charles, and he's short, and Charles isn't short.
Yeah.
But he does a good job at it. And I don't know. All in all, it's really good. I know that a lot of British people don't like it because it portrays things in a bad light. Like I know,
Oh, you mean the truth?
I know,
I haven't watched it.
Dame Judi Dench had a lot to say about it, and I like her a lot. So I was like, but is it going to be good? I'm going to watch it.
I'm gonna watch
and
it.
it's well done. I don't know if it's true or not, but
It's probably there are probably kernels of truth, and it's probably been exaggerated a little bit to be more dramatic. And
they take a little bit of because the royalty is so enclosed, they don't really share a lot.
We call that inbred.
unless your name's Harry,
Yeah, unless your name's Harry, which I'm sure
he
they'll
just,
have that.
he just writes everything in a book and publishes it.
Yeah.
and they're like, what?
Yeah, I feel so bad for him.
No, I mean the royal family was like, what? That didn't happen. No.
They just didn't say anything about it. I don't think
No, they're putting.
they had to.
Yeah.
They eventually had to, but at first they didn't.
Yeah.
But they dramatized it a bit, and they've kind of worked off of the general assumptions
Yeah.
because they don't share anything. So it's good, but I know, but you should be aware that it's not a documentary.
Yeah. So my number 8 is Rings of Power. I didn't think it was good. It's definitely my top 10 for this year, or for last year. But not good enough to be higher than that for me. For me.
My number 8 is Stranger Things season 4.
That's my number 9.
Yeah. It's good. I just kind of have I don't care about half the characters.
Yep.
I'm more invested in 3 or 4 of them, and then the other ones I'm like, you can all fuck off.
Yep. That's why it's my number 9. Because overall, it's really good. I mean, it's good, but don't care about a lot of the characters.
We didn't diverge as much as I thought because mine is also Stranger Things.
And number 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, go ahead. Say what you were going to say. You were going to say something.
It's better than the previous season. 2
Yes.
seasons.
Yeah.
First season's best, obviously, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's still good.
And what's your number 9, Jarrett?
The Boys season 3.
The Boys.
Much
Really?
like
It's cool?
Stranger, I just don't care about half the characters.
Huh.
More than half, probably. I really only care about Homelander and Billy.
Huh.
That's really the only ones the Deep is funny.
Yeah.
But if he died, I would be like, okay, sure.
Yeah. I get that.
It's kind of and even Homelander, I'm starting to be like, all right. Oh, and then Soldier Boy. I like Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
But that's because I like Jensen.
Yeah. So my number 10, since we're down to that, is Wednesday. I've still got 2 episodes left to watch of it, but from what I've watched, it's a good adaptation. It doesn't try to push the nostalgia factor super hard. There is some things that you're like, oh yeah, it's happened in the Addams Family, and it's nice, but they don't focus on it to a point. It seems like it's its own show. Even if you hadn't watched the Addams Family, you could watch Wednesday and would be fine with it. Ethan, what's your number 10?
Since I haven't watched certain shows because I take my time before I watch them generally, like you say you do with movies, right?
Yes.
I have to put the Great British Baking Show on there. I really like this show. I've always liked this show. It makes me feel like I know how to bake.
Question: what's the difference between this show and Great British Bake Off?
It's the same show.
Same show.
The
Just
Bake
different-
Off is the shorter version of it.
Gotcha.
It's
I hear the
it's
both,
a
and I'm like,
competition
what's
show.
the difference?
I just assumed he just said it different. I didn't realize it was.
They've got Noel Fielding on there. He's the host, one of the hosts. The other host is, I can't remember his name. He's kind of annoying. But it's good. The food sometimes looks good. But it's more of their struggles and making me feel better about myself.
Gotcha. Whenever professionals fuck up, it makes you feel good.
Well, it's look, you overproofed it. I mean, obviously it's not going to turn out well. You didn't put enough time into it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, your time management's terrible. I'm like, as if mine's any better.
Yeah.
But it makes me feel like I would do better in that situation.
Gotcha.
So I like it.
Whenever you can look at somebody and be like, you're a fucking idiot.
Well, it's
It
like
makes you feel
watching a waiter have trouble with their tray because they're new at it.
Yeah.
You're like, look at that guy.
Yeah. Jarrett, what's your number 10?
Peacemaker.
Okay. It's understandable. Again, it's funny that our movies were so different, but our TV shows are different in respects to what shows we picked, but we're not as no, you're wrong as we are with the movies.
And I say I commented on Stranger Things and the boys I don't care about half the characters. They're still good shows. I'm splitting hairs at this point of what show I like more.
Yeah.
Because I said I'm excited for all the new seasons of all these shows. I will watch all of them probably when they come out.
Yeah, same. Ethan, do you have any honorable mentions?
No. Wednesday. I haven't got to watch it yet.
Yeah.
I want to watch it. There's a few others, but
Yeah. It's got a little bit of detectiveness to it.
I'm okay with
That's
that.
interesting. Ethan? Or Ethan. Jarrett. I've done this thing where I look at you to say Jarrett to try to get you to talk. And so when I looked at him, I said Ethan because I got it so backwards.
Rings of Power is one of my honorable mentions.
Oh, I didn't make your top 10.
No, I didn't.
I just realized that.
But that's what I'm saying. This, I liked it. Some of the episodes I was just not as engaged. The last, I feel the last 3 or 4, Episodes are pretty engaging, but some of those first couple episodes, I could be like, all right, come on, yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Once I got past, like, once I overlooked that, that's what put it in my top 10 was because it was. Plus, the other one, like the honorable mentions that I have watched, it'll make sense whenever I talk about it.
And then We Own the City, which is a John Bernthal series on HBO. That's about the Baltimore Police Department in the mid 2000s. I forget. Not mid 2010s.
Gotcha.
About basically taking money from evidence and like stealing from the department. It was really interesting.
Yeah. So my honorable mentions, I always do like I haven't watched because I'm always behind on TV shows. Murderville was one of them. I think that came out like just a few months ago. Like it's pretty new. I've heard very good things. I've seen some clips that have been pretty funny, but just haven't got to watch it. The Sandman, which I've heard is a very good show. Again, just haven't watched it. Reacher with
I forgot to put that on here. Honorable mention.
what's his nuts? Fucking what is his name? Why can
Alan
I?
Richardson?
Yeah, I could not. I love him in anything. Ever since I've watched Blue Mountain State,
BMS.
I've loved him in it. So I feel like he doesn't get the respect he should. And then Andor, which I know I've already said is in my honorable mentions for haven't watched. It will probably be in the top 10 had I watched it. I just haven't. And then I have honorable mentions that I have watched, and I will explain why they didn't make my top 10 because they would have if it wasn't for this reason. Chainsaw Man, the anime. It's not finished, so it's split into 2023, so I didn't feel like I could add it.
Now you can add it. Fuck it.
Because it would have probably...
It'll
Actually,
count for both 2022 and 2023.
yeah, it would have pushed out Wednesday for sure. Probably would have actually been like my number 3 because I love it. It's so stupid and love it. My Hero Academia, again, another one, unfinished. It's kind of split between the 2 years because it's a winter anime. Skeleton Knight in Another World. It's funny because 4 of my 5 honorable mentions, one of which you two will hate, that I have it as an honorable mention.
I don't know what you could have on here that. Okay.
4 of the 5 are anime. Skeleton Knight I didn't put because I haven't finished it, so it could go to shit. And then like 4 episodes that I have left. I don't know. And then I put Vinland Saga. I watched it in 2022. It's not a 2022.
No,
it's like 21
29.
or 20.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
And then my number 5 for honorable mentions that I have watched was Obi-Wan.
No.
The nostalgia.
That's not on my honorable mentions.
It's on my
on
my
purpose. I've watched it.
It's on my dishonorable mention.
I
I
would
don't
just
even have that. I just made it
I would
up.
just prefer not to mention it.
Yeah.
Well, I mentioned it. So
Much like Ethan was mad at me, you're just wrong.
I mean, what can I say?
I like the nostalgia factor to it. The hot.
So you like the
it was
first
2019.
15 minutes of episode 5 when him and Hayden Christensen are fighting?
Yes.
Because that's really the only nostalgia.
Nah, there's a lot of nostalgia to it.
Not really.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Unless you're just counting Obi-Wan appearing as nostalgia. In that case, yes, there's a lot of nostalgia.
certain words. Anytime he says hello there, that's nostalgia for me.
I guess.
What can I say?
You can't
It's awful.
because it's an opinion.
It's god awful.
I don't think.
It's one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know if it's that bad, but I just didn't like it. My thing was more like on story and direction.
I could get more enjoyment.
I will agree
out
with
of
that. Like,
looking into a full toilet bowl.
story and direction
2 hours.
was. It's got a 7.1 on IMDb. Story and direction could have been better. I will agree with that. But I like Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader.
Yeah, it was wasted again.
I mean, I agree, but there's moments in it that
Ewan
made me
McGregor
happy.
wasted
Again.
again.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think if you like the movies and everything like that, just give it a watch. Why not? You may like the show.
Sure,
may not.
yeah, I guess you could like
You
it
could watch it.
and like it. I guess it's possible.
You could have fun doing something else.
If you're going to watch a Star Wars show, though, we would recommend watching Andor.
Andor is really good.
I'm trying to look up the Rotten Tomatoes to see what it's got.
I don't-
A lot of Rotten
Is
Tomatoes.
There's like two different ones,
It's
and that's why it's
probably
throwing me
upwards
off.
of 70 or 80, I bet. A lot of people liked it.
But it's about a 67.
The tomato meter was an 82,
Really?
and the
Yeah.
audience score was a 63.
I was close. I don't trust the actual tomato meter. I'd always go
I
with audience
don't
score.
either because it's critics, but
Yeah.
I trust that more than I do the audience score. Go look at Rings of Power.
I will look it up right now. Rings of Power.
It's 83-ish, 84-ish.
It's 85 tomato meter, 38% audience score.
Yeah, it got review bombed.
Yeah, that's why you can't trust the other one. It's actually less reliable than the critic meter.
Sometimes.
No, it's usually less reliable. It's almost invariably less reliable.
It depends on what the context is.
Whether it's good or not?
Well,
yeah.
if I know if it's got review bombed, I'm like, I bet it's in some way, shape, or form divisive.
Yeah.
Well, and like you can tell whenever they're a review bomb, like just looking
Yeah.
through it versus actual reviews. Like this one person gave it, this was a day ago, a 1 star, and it looks like it's an actual review of it. Versus you scroll down like 3 people, and 2 days ago somebody gave it 1 star and said, "So very bad, a toxic lead trampling over Tolkien's legacy." That's a review.
That's
bomb
just
to-
gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. Like the 1 star review is, "I'm a huge Lord of the Rings Hobbit fan and gave it a fair shot. Sadly, it was boring. I did not expect it to be as good as the trilogy, but this was so disappointing. It does not feel like Middle Earth at all. They wrote Galadriel so unlikable. It is hard to watch her scenes. The Harfoot storyline is everything but interesting. Should have kept it out. This besides the fact that they changed so much from the Tolkien lore and not for the better. The Khazad-dûn, did I say that right?
Khazad-dûm.
Yeah. Storyline was the only thing that was interesting at certain times, so that's the 1 star."
Yeah.
So that seems like an actual review to me. Like that was
Yeah.
that seems like somebody who watched it, did not like the show whatsoever, and said it and gave actual reasons.
People don't know how to review things either. So
Yeah.
I mean, recently it looks like most of it's like half a star.
generally speaking, I don't look at reviews before I watch something.
No, I don't either.
Anyway.
Shit.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've looked at reviews, period. I will watch it and then decide. You've said that several times. Mm-hmm. You should watch it and then decide.
You absolutely should. You should go watch Obi-Wan and then tell Tyler how
He's
wrong
wrong.
he is.
I liked it. I liked it better than some shows that I've seen. I liked it better than fucking anything Sam has watched this year.
True. There's probably a lot of reality garbage that we don't watch. That's probably worse than Obi-Wan because it's just reality garbage.
That I am forced to
Yeah,
watch.
he's forced to watch. So it could I could see how that could swing his scale.
I could see.
Yeah. When you watch people argue about fucking 34 times a year.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, no thank you.
Because you got Floribama Shore. You got... Let me go through the fucking list of stupid shows. Jersey Shore. You got...
Yeah, I forgot that was back.
Yeah. There's fucking other shit too, but I can't remember.
Didn't one of them get out of prison? Or is he
Yeah.
still in prison.
I think they're out, but I don't know. The only one that she watches that I actually like is The Challenge.
That's because that's like a Survivor style like
Competitive
competitive
series.
show.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
That's a little different. Competitions can be enjoyable, depending.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't like it whenever... I'm so bad. I'll stare at my phone, and then as they do a challenge, I will pay attention to the challenge, and then they go back to being like themselves and talking to each other, and I get on my phone.
Yeah, but network challenge shows are generally pretty bad to begin with,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we should wrap this up. I forgot the line whenever we're finished. Oh, if you want to talk to us more, tell us how all of our opinions are wrong, not just mine.
But specifically his.
Specifically Obi-Wan.
You can do so at our Discord. I fucking have had a stroke. You can talk to us at our Discord using the link in the description. You can also find links to the Discord and the Facebook at anchor.fm/chaotically nerdy. We thank you guys for listening. And if you got through this part of it, I'm proud of you because that was hard to say. So I imagine it was even harder to listen to. So thank you guys for listening.
It was hard to listen to.
Bye.